Hi, I'm Javier Escartin, the proposal professional that founded DeepRFP, and I'm going to give you a short overview on the application and the workflow that we have designed it for. So what you are seeing is the same application that you can access today for free. If you go to our website, deeprfp.com, you can get a free trial that gives you access to everything we have during 7 days. So you can properly test it for your RFP and proposal processes. So in DeepRFP, everything is designed around opportunities. And with opportunities, we mean a particular RFP, a particular tender, a particular solicitation, a particular invitation to bid, whatever your end client calls the procurement process. That is a sales opportunity, and that is the opportunity as we understand it in DeepRFP. So everything starts by creating an opportunity, which you can do using a blank state or uploading your RFP files. When you create an opportunity, you're going to get one workspace for that opportunity. The workspace is where all the work regarding the analysis of the opportunity, the work on the proposal, whether it's drafting or reviewing, all the strategy, all the thinking, everything you're going to do with that opportunity is going to happen within this workspace. Right now, as you can see, this workspace is empty. And so the first step would be bringing the opportunity, meaning the RFP set of files, then bringing some of your content, the content that you want to use as a reference for this particular opportunity. There are many features to organize this content within the library and within each workspace, but that's something you can do yourself during the trial, because the idea of this video is to keep things very high level, just to give you an overview on what's possible with DeepRFP. Also in this workspace is where you will be able to select the profile that you want to use for this particular opportunity. Profiles are like the context information for different companies or different business departments or different business lines. You can have different profiles for different markets. And so when you are working on an opportunity, you can select the profile that you want to use for that particular one. This is also where you can do some customizations for the profile, including the output language, the writing style, custom instructions for the actions, for the agents, and a bunch of other features. And before I show you a workspace with actual work in it, I want to talk about how we envision the proposal preparation process, because that's going to help you understand what's our vision for using DeepRFP. We think about the RFP proposal process in 3 stages. The first stage is analyzing the opportunity. This is where you can run RFP analysis, you can run compliance analysis, you can think about how you're going to approach that opportunity, what's your winning strategy, where are your gaps, and all that. Then you go to the drafting phase. And the drafting phase is about generating first drafts, filling questionnaires, writing plans, writing extra documents that maybe are required in the RFP, working on pricing. This is the stage where you actually build the documents that are going to be part of your proposal. And then as a final stage, you have the review phase, which is when you already have a proposal that is advanced and you want to improve it. You want to check it. You want to review it for compliance gaps, things to improve in quality, in impact, and so on. One important note is that even if DeepRFP is structured around this proposal process, where you go from analysis to draft to review, you don't need to follow this process. You can run any action, any agent, you can ask for any deliverable at any time on demand. So the process is here just to guide you, but you can always decide to run it your way. So now let me show you one workspace with some work in it, so you can better understand the things you can generate with DeepRFP. So this workspace is for an opportunity, and as you can see, the opportunity is already loaded, so we have bring the RFP files from our library or directly uploaded, doesn't matter. Then we have included a set of our content files that we want the agents to use for this opportunity as a reference. And we selected the proper company profile, which already includes some context about the company and custom instructions about how we want proposals to be done and all that. So once you have brought to an opportunity your RFP files and your content files, then you can start running things. On the right of the workspace, you have actions. And these actions are basically calling different AI agents that give you a full document as an output. So if you want to generate a proposal draft for this opportunity, or you want to generate an RFP analysis, or you want to generate a pricing strategy, you want a color review, you want to generate a compliance matrix as an Excel file, whenever you want to pass your files and get your file as an output, you run actions. Everything you run in a workspace is automatically added to your recent activity, so you can always check what has happened in this opportunity in the past and access every one of the actions you have run and the agent results. So for example, if you have this proposal writer, you can just click it and you will have here the draft that actually generated. You can download, then you can access the run details, like how the agent went. And also every file you generate in the opportunity is going to be added to this generated files space. And as you can see in this opportunity, we have generated all these files from an analysis report, a compliance briefing, the pricing strategy, the proposal draft, compliance matrices, filled a questionnaire, did a proposal review, and basically went through the whole process of preparing a proposal for this opportunity. Then there is another way of working on your opportunity that is not about generating full files or full documents. And that is by using this Ask Anything tool that is on the top of the workspace opportunity. Here, you can ask for whatever you want, and depending on the question, the application will suggest you to run some action or some agent, or provide answers inline, meaning an answer that you can then iterate with, copy within the same interface, not being a file you have to download. So we have an example here, because also these questions you ask here in the Ask Anything are added to your recent activity as different cards. So you can open that, and you will see here that this was our question, and then we got this answer inline, same interface, and you can then iterate a bit with it, or you can just copy the result. The only thing to keep in mind is that when you are doing Ask Anything, you are not looking for a full document exchange. If you ask for that, the application will point you to the right action, the right agent to run, so you can get your proposal draft or your compliance matrix or whatever it is. Otherwise, it will provide answers inline that are about maximum 2 or 3 pages, because the idea of the Ask Anything is about answering very specific questions and getting inline responses in this form. And this way of working with the Ask Anything is great for short specific requests. So you, for example, may have a question about the opportunity, you can ask it here, because the workspace already has your opportunity, already has your content, already has your generated files. It's aware of everything you run up until this point in this opportunity. So you can just chat with your opportunity and ask questions about the RFP requirements, or maybe you want to have a summary of something or a clarification on something, or maybe you want to answer a last minute question or last minute amendment that the client issued and you already have your final proposal and you don't want to redo it again. So you can just ask for a page answering that amendment, and you then integrate in your master proposal. Actually, anything you can think of, you can do your opportunity and get the responses in this way. Of course, besides this overview, we have a bunch of other features that you can try during your trial. Also, during your trial, you have the opportunity to book a demo if you want us to give you a walk through the application and answer any questions you may have. But even without a demo, the free trial will guide you through the most relevant parts of the application and also answer the most frequent asked questions, so you can get a very good idea of what DeepRFP is capable of in a very short time. You can get your free trial in our website, deeprfp.com, by clicking the link in the description and in the comment section.